One of the toughest stories I hear, and I hear this over and over again, is the story of a woman who has given her love to a man in the most beautiful, generous way possible, only for him to back away and tell her that he doesn't want something serious. Has this ever happened to you? And you rack your brains trying to figure out what you did wrong. Did you reveal your heart too soon? Did you ask too much of him? Did you come across as too needy? Like, what went wrong? And why does this always seem to happen? Hi, I'm Amy Waterman. I am a love expert here at yourbrilliance.com. And if you haven't been here before, make sure to hit that subscribe button now. In this video, I'm going to be sharing the 5 keys to commitment. And not even guys know what these are, because most men have a really poor understanding of what actually makes them commit. They have this idea that they're searching for this fantasy woman, and once they find her, they'll snap her up. But that's not how it happens. They don't realize that a lot of what makes them commit lies beneath the level of conscious awareness. They don't even realize they're being primed to commit or not. But when you know these 5 keys, you can make sure that all the conditions are right for him to make that leap. Stay tuned to find out what they are. Commitment key number 1 is he has to believe he could lose you. Now, this is first because it's essential. Without this key, you are fighting a losing battle. He will not commit unless he believes he could lose you. Now, that's why guys act so fast when they meet an amazing woman online, because they know she's dating other people. And they know that at any moment, she could be messaged by some guy who's richer and better looking and more successful, and she'll completely lose interest in them. So they know they have to act, and they know they have to act fast. They have to lock her down so that she can give them a chance. They've got to impress her so that she's not going to hop back online and find someone else. But if you short circuit this process by putting all of your hopes in one basket and taking your dating profile down and seeing this man exclusively, even though he's never said he wants a committed relationship with you, then he doesn't have to fight to keep you, because he's got you no matter what he does. That turns off his commitment switch. Commitment key number 2, he has to experience the pain of missing you. Have you ever noticed that guys barely make any effort anymore? It's like they treat women like they're interchangeable. Well, I believe that a big reason behind this switch is our phones. When you have a smartphone, you are available to a guy anytime he wants. All he has to do is text you and he gets an instant reply. If he wants to know what you're doing, all he has to do is hop on your social media. It's like you're on the other end of this digital leash. One thing we know is that when you have something in your life 24/7, you stop valuing it. You just take it for granted, right? It becomes part of the furniture. Now, long ago, this only happened with a romantic partner once you got married. If you were just dating, you could only see each other for brief periods. And if you weren't together, you had to write letters. You had to pick up the phone. That pain of not being able to be together all the time made you crave each other even more. We've lost that. And we've lost it because of our phones. If he never gets the chance to miss you, he won't be able to envision what his life would be without you. And if he can't envision your absence, he's going to take you for granted. You're going to be part of the furniture. And who wants that? So don't let him have access to you 24/7. He can't just text you all the time. He's got to make time to see you in person. And if he can't have your time, then he'll just have to wonder what you're doing when you're not there. Give him the gift of missing you. Commitment key number 3, he has to believe he can make you happy. Now, this is huge for men. And I don't think we women understand just how much it matters to men to feel like they can make us happy, because we focus all of our attention on making them happy, when in fact, we should be focusing on receiving pleasure. I talk about this a lot in my book, The Pleasure Principle, because it's one of those keys, not just to men, but to happiness. We don't realize how much it boosts our radiance and our sex appeal to experience the pleasure a man can offer us. If a man feels like he's going to disappoint you or let you down, even if it's all in his head, he won't commit. Now, sometimes that means a man won't commit until he feels like he can support a family financially. So he won't want to make any promises unless he's making enough money to live well. Now, you may think that's complete nonsense because if you combine both your salaries, you'll be doing really well. But he's not thinking that way. For too many men, being a man means being a good provider. He wants your money to be a bonus, but not necessary to make ends meet. So if you're with a man who is not where he wants to be in his career yet, have patience. He might just be saving up to afford that amazing proposal. Commitment key number 4, he has to feel like he's more of himself with you. Now, that's kind of vague, I know. The technical word here is self-actualization. These days, we expect our relationships to help us in our personal growth. So it's not good enough now just to have a nice life and to love each other. We want to feel like our relationship is helping us become more of who we've always want to be. We want to feel this sense of expansion, right? We want to feel bigger and better with this person at our side. According to Dr. Eli Finkel, the marriages of today are better than any marriages throughout history because of this very trait. Great relationships help us self-actualize. Now, sometimes a guy will enjoy being with you, but he'll tell you that he can't see it going anywhere. And that's because he can't see that bigger, bolder version of himself with you by his side yet. Now, all too often, we focus on the future of the relationship without taking time to think about what we want for the future for ourselves. So talk to him about his future. Where does he want to be? Where does he see himself in 5 years? What traits does he most value about himself? And now for the big question, are your goals and dreams for yourself in alignment with his? Like, could you help him with his dreams? Could he help you with yours? Commitment key number 5, he has to feel like it's time to choose. So men often take the easy route. If they don't have to make a choice, they won't, because the status quo is working for them, right? Why upset the apple cart? If he can do nothing and he knows that you will stick with him anyway, then he will do nothing. But when a man feels a sense of urgency, such as wanting to accept a job in a different city, but knowing that you won't come with him unless it's official, then he is perfectly capable of making that choice to commit. But he's got to feel like it's his choice. So if you put any pressure on him to choose, he will refuse on principle to budge, because men hate being pressured. They hate being told what to do. So if you encourage his friends to talk to him about why he's not committing to you, chances are it's going to backfire. Life transitions are a natural choosing point. So if he is graduating from school, or if he's accepting a promotion, or if he's considering buying a house, then he will be thinking about whether it's time to formalize this relationship. So there you have it, the 5 factors that prime a man for commitment. He has to believe he could lose you. He has to experience the pain of missing you. He has to believe that he can make you happy. He has to feel like he's more of himself with you. And he has to feel like it's time to choose. When these 5 factors are absent, you can be the most amazing woman in the world, but he's not going to feel ready. But when they're present, he is set up for commitment. Now think about the last relationship you had where the guy backed away, even though you had this beautiful thing going. Which of these factors were present? And which of these factors were absent? Let me know in the comments if you feel like it. Take really, really good care of yourself, and I will see you next time.